Hello, it's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. I tried to do this live. My stream was cutting me off and on. It was really annoying. And you probably hear that. That's annoying. Anyway, but welcome you guys. It is me. I already said that. But in this video, we are going to do big cosmic shifts. We're going to discuss Uranus, and it is already affecting us. You individually, us as a collective, but Uranus is conjunct Venus. Venus is going on and starting to hug Uranus, and boy, is it a big doozy. And then your Venus and Uranus, they're going to sit close at 29 degrees. That's a whole different story. We'll talk about that. And then they're going to move on to Gemini. Uranus on Gemini is already a big thing, but I haven't discussed this Venus conjunct Uranus energy. So that's what this video alone is about. Then not only that, then it will also have a minor grand trine. We'll discuss that. I'll put up the horoscopes. If I have time, I'll do tarot because I am frustrated with the technology. Uranus is expect the unexpected, and you can expect that now. So here's the intro, and let's get started.
3, 2, 1.
I love you.
So here are the dates of Uranus. Uranus in Gemini is going to conjunct Venus at 29 degrees July 3rd. Then on July 4th, it's going to enter Venus, Gemini. Uranus will be sitting by itself. Then July 7th, Uranus will enter Gemini at 0 degrees. Okay, that's very strong and sometimes a little immature. Okay, so expect the unexpected in major themes of Gemini. I have a whole video on Uranus on Gemini alone. Check that out. I have several videos on that actually, so go ahead, check out that. But I want to talk about this in relationship to Venus. September 6th, Uranus will retrograde in the sign Gemini, and then it will be at 1 degree, and then it will go back to 0 degrees. So that's going to be powerful. And then November 8th, it will re-enter the sign Taurus. It will still be retrograding. February 3rd of 2026, it will stop retrograding in the sign Taurus. And then April 21st of 2026, Uranus again will be conjunct Venus in the sign Taurus. Will be feeling this all over again, ladies and gentlemen, and what you're experiencing now. And then April 26th of 2026, it will re-enter the sign Gemini. And I want to tell you on a personal level, my husband had to go into surgery. It was a mild surgery. He had to get appendicitis, his appendix removed. That happened out of blue the day before. Okay. And then my dad, his car got hit while he was asleep. And he's not injured. The car was parked. Car got hit. Story of a person who's married, bought the house on their own. Uranus represents individuality. I attended a social event. It was all about communication. A lot of women. Uranus and Venus revolution, innovation, awakening. A lot of fight the power, rebellion, let's protest, sudden shifts, surprises, unpredictability, disruption, invention, originality, technology. It represents science. It represents the future, thinking outside the box. It's also, I said about the technology, AI, it represents all that, right? What else is Uranus? Sudden progression, knowledge, a lot of intellectual energy, upheaval, and flashes of insight, breaking the rules, outside of the box, challenging the norm. Taurus, that's when what you value. Sudden shifts are a surprise in your finance, in your food system, and what you value in your land. I value my husband. So a sudden change in my husband, he values his body. That is how he physically makes money through his body. So there is a sudden change in that. Rebellion and freedom, so challenging traditional materialism or security-based thinking or anything that's very conservative. Also, too, this makes me think of Klarna and Afterpay. There's a different way of paying and how that is also connecting with the credit score. That's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that in another video. But very unpredictable energy. And when you're talking about in the sign Taurus, then you're talking about in real estate, in markets, and banking system. Uranus is very innovative and original. Yeah, being innovative in those themes of finances and your food and what you value, your voice, money. Again, that Klarna Afterpay kind of thing. Also, Uranus is technology. So when it's in the sign Taurus, you're talking about having technology with Venmo, with Zelle, with Apple Pay. All that with Uranus in Taurus. But when Venus comes, we'll talk about what that looks like. Uranus is liberation, and then when you have Taurus added to it, then you're talking about you want freedom from material. That's why you have people who are like, I want to live off the grid during Uranus and Taurus, or I don't want to possess these things. This represents the future. So in sign Taurus is all about crypto kind of energy, okay? Just of what Uranus represents and in a sign Taurus. Let me talk about Venus, right? So Venus is the planet of socializing. It's the planet of love, aesthetics, your romance, even like friendships, your best friend, sensuality, physical pleasure, beauty, aesthetics, art, creativity, fashion, your self-worth, confidence, luxury. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So you'll see a lot of common themes. Yeah, but a lot of teamwork, cooperation. Venus is the ruler of Libra and Taurus. So you have both of those elements added, but Uranus has a big, Venus is in charge of Uranus. So now they're both sitting close to each other. And so this is going to be really strong. Venus also represents your harmony and having balance, right? So when it's in the sign Taurus, there is there's themes of being loyal and really having a lot of sensuality added to your love and romance, or being attracted to comfort and stability and things that are going to last a long time, or having relationships that seem consistent, or that are responsible, and really seeking out what you want to touch and you feel for pleasure. Far as beauty and aesthetics, you're going to want to have things that are very earthly tone or classic or elegant. You want things that are very comfortable and pleasant. Women could be thinking about material and comfort and stability, peace-seeking kind of energy, and things that are very good in taste. So like I just said, the party I attended, a lot of food. When you have, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus, so it's very strong and it's about the physical body, and it's at 29 degrees. So it's at 29 degrees, you guys. July 4th, this is going to be very interesting. You're talking about the planet that's in charge of partying, okay? It's how we socialize. There could be a huge disruption. Anytime you have a conjunction, it's good or bad, okay? But what it is strong. So there'll be a huge disruption when you're at a party, partying July 4th for all of my Americans. 29 degrees is the urgency degree. It's got to hurry and close something out. There's a sense of restlessness, or there's heightened tension. Yeah, you feel like it's a karmic, like I got to hurry up because now I'm about to enter Gemini, okay? So it's the final test. It is very strong. I always say that this is the Mars retrograding in Cancer and 29 degrees. And this is when we had the fires in LA. So this is very big energy. I want you to understand. And now it's even bigger because it's Venus is sitting next to Uranus. So that makes it big. And then not only is there going to be a sudden change and a hardcore shift, then it's going to move into Gemini. That even makes another shift of it, okay? So I want you to understand that. And when Venus goes into Gemini, it will be 0 degrees. So it will go from July 4th to July, what was the date that I said? Whatever date that Venus goes into Gemini, then all of a sudden there's going to be potent energy in conversations. And then when Uranus hits 0 degrees, it's like, what is going on? A lot of unexpected, a lot of themes of surprises, a lot of things of I need to be my individual self, okay? Get ready for that. Anytime you have Venus conjunct, I'm just going to give you some overall themes here, okay? You could be really excited about your romance. You could surprise balance, like all of a sudden, you know what? I have the urgency, or I have a restlessness to be harmonious, okay? You could be really dressing very eccentric, like this style is so different, craving sexual freedom. There is some disharmony when it comes to aesthetics, disruptive, or there's restlessness, disruptive affairs, love affairs. Prevent deeper intimacy, okay? Changes in love, there could be a rebirth in love, a friendship that could also be rebirthing, a lot of breakups, a lot of breakthroughs, relationships that feel stagnant may fall apart. Others may reinvent themselves. There's unconventional attractions, sudden attractions with no substance as well. Shallow connections, restlessness in love, financial ups and downs, financial shocks, desire for freedom, creative awakening, surprise, social surprises. You could have a new friend, an unexpected friend, or there's like this disharmony with a friendship, okay? So be aware of that. Disruptive patterns, long-held relationship habit breakthroughs, technical connections. Hence why I'm filming this pre-recorded, because I kept having tech glitches, and it's fine. I'm rolling with the punches. Also, too, Uranus is very emotionally attached to things. So you could have some emotional detachment when it comes to some type of partnership, some type of friendship, some type of there's like coldness there. An unreliable partner, impulsive spending, disruption in comfort, insecurity, social isolation, high communicative, and it also involves science. So there could be something dealing with that. Now you have Venus that's dealing with what you naturally attract. You could be naturally attract something that's very scientific, attracting things that are very out of the box and out of the norm. Venus is a benefic planet. At the same time, conjunctions are good and bad. So just be aware of that. I hope I'm explaining everything and you're getting it. I like to sometimes get it all. Now, when you have it in Taurus, this Uranus and Venus conjunctions, this very out of the box relationship that you're getting, and now brings value into your life, or there's something that's steady, there's something that's practical. Because Taurus likes to move a little slow. Okay? Taurus also adds the dynamic of security and consistency. So now that's this relationship that is very restless. It's like you're aware that this is a constant thing that is happening, and now you need a change in it. Financial surprises, reinventing your self-image, disruption and stability. Also, too, could represent an earthquake. Just so you know, you could be at a party, all of a sudden there's an earthquake. There's something kind of event that could disrupt that's happening literally on July 4th. There's an urgency to close that out. I do want you to understand that because we are talking about an earth sign. Now, when Taurus moves from Gemini, so when Uranus and Venus move from Taurus to Gemini, you're talking about from a slow, steady, earthy kind of energy that's very practical and grounded to a fast, airy, it is gone with the wind, restless energy. You're talking about focusing from security and consistency to craving change, to craving variety, to craving for new experiences. You're talking about focusing on physical senses and beauty and resources to ideas, communication, podcasting, journalism, books. You know, just get ready for new authors coming out and really attracting that. I mean, you know, I'm into the book world. I'm into book talk. Let's see what the book talk community has that's going to be shaking up with that. Gemini themes are all about communication, learning, curiosity, writing, speaking, socializing, networking, flexibility. It wants its hands on everything. It is also a lot of Gemini energy is all involving the hands. There's duality, there's youthfulness, there's information gathering, wit, humor, anything dealing with writing. So I said podcast, journalism, also dealing with siblings, also dealing with social media, emails, text messages, ideas, intellectual exchange. I learned something, I share what I learned, okay? It is the messenger between both worlds. All right, so now you got Venus in Gemini, and this is when you are attracted to the word, the power of the word, the power of language. You're a social butterfly. All air signs love to learn, love to socialize, love to communicate. So that is the energy right here. You're probably changing your taste too, okay? Could be a little fickle, could be a little restless, could be a little superficial, could be a little impulsive when it comes to spending, and have difficulty when it comes to a partnership or your harmony or your balance. When Uranus in Gemini conjuncts Venus in Gemini, have sudden excitement through conversations, a breakthrough in conversations, a radical shift in a lot of socializing, unpredictable changes in some social groups or some friendships, a sporadic or surprising email or book or a message, or you learn something new as well, something dealing with the youth. There could be something unexpected with the youth, something unexpected with schools, and not like higher learning schools. I'm talking about elementaries and the foundation schools, restlessness, impulsive decisions around spending, media, and learning too. So get ready for that. Someone you meet through social media, that could be happening. Rapid fire, electric conversations, being drawn to someone who's witty, unconventional, or intellectually stimulating energy, okay? Traveling. This could be a thing if you are traveling with a group or a team. There could be some unexpected surprises within your community, because Gemini represents traveling with your community. Finances, this is something that's like multiple finances. So there could be something dealing with multiple, like a dual income or something like that. Or anything involving with books or writing or communication. Values, questioning old relationship patterns, gender norms, social expectations in love, feeling restless in that department, because Venus represents the partnership, the love, the romance, and the friendship, okay? So get ready for that. Now, I want to talk about the minor grand trine aspect, and it's when you have a trine, and Venus and Uranus, when it hits Gemini, it's going to trine Pluto in Aquarius. This is very positive. This is an air sign trine. This is all about communication and socializing. So once these two planets enter Gemini, it's positive for us and the collective, right? And then it's going to sextile Neptune, Saturn, and that is in Aries. And Aries is a fire sign, okay? Wants to be first. So when you have the sextile, unconventional shifts when it comes to money, love, relationships, it could be something that is very disciplined, and it may be a disciplined spirituality, or something that's very long-term, something that's very practical, something that is very you planted the seed, now watching it grow. Making breakthroughs in creative romantic ventures while grounding. It's going to be grounded energy. Saturn and Neptune conjunct. That's a whole nother story, right? But those two planets sitting together Saturn is very serious, is very practical, is very realistic, and it's going to take its time. While it's sitting next to Neptune, and this is a sextile, so we got to put some work in this. You're dealing with the spirituality, you're dealing with divine timing, okay? And you're dealing with oneness, love, compassion, empathy. So those things get really serious. And now it's going to sextile Uranus, a huge surprise in those elements, and even Venus quickly. And Venus is also like that inner harmony, okay? Now, when it is going to trine Pluto, then you're talking about having a deeper, intense, on a positive side, transformation. Even it could be dealing with something with the future and finances. Also to dig up some secrets or something that's taboo, but it's going to work out for the best. It's a huge surprise that's something that's very taboo, and it's going to work out for the best. Pluto also is in charge of intensity, secrets, mystery, taboo, transformation, healing, a rebirth of something. Very, very positive, you guys. Trine is very harmonious. It's effortless. It's just God is just putting this on your lap. There's opportunity through action when you have the sextile. There's something that's going to be very effortless when it comes to a rebirth, a transformation, or intensity, or power. There's going to be something that just lands on your lap. Same time, if you use the action for opportunity, then there's something that's going to be very practical and it's going to work out for the long term, okay? You guys, there could be sudden exciting opportunities in love and collaboration. Maybe there is a shift in the way that you are relating to your freedom and responsibility, creative or financial ventures. When it comes to technology, your community, are you more structured when it comes to sustaining something for the first time? Because you're dealing with Aries. It's about the self or the first, okay? Transformation of social circles, alliances, or group power dynamics, especially in a collective. So like how I said earlier, how I know this person, she's buying a house, but she's married, but she bought it on her own. That is, this energy here is saying that, yes, the energy is going to work because this is a transformation. It's giving you power, and it's going to last for the long term. Very positive for this minor grand trine. And I'm going to pull some cards for you as well. You have Aries. I'm going to pull a card for you. We have the Five of Cups. This is someone who is looking at what they don't have instead of looking at what they do have, okay? So focus on the positive, not the negative here. In Taurus, we have the Six of Wands. You're on stage. Everyone's congratulating you through this minor trine. Whereas my Geminis, ooh, there's harmony, there's balance. Even there's something, maybe a breakthrough in relationships. For my Cancers, we have the Hierophant. This is all about sticking to the tradition, seeking higher wisdom, okay? There's key to knowledge for you as well. My Leos, we have the Ten of Swords. Swords is that there's something on the horizon. You're finally ending a lot of trauma, and there's something positive on the horizon. This is the end of something that is very negative, and it could be something negative when it comes to words or a message. My Virgos, here we have the Seven Cups, lost in the sauce, confusion, too many opportunities, and you need to narrow it down to one. That's that Gemini energy. Libras, it looks like you're going to be traveling. We have the Queen of Cups. This is someone who's using your intuition. There's compassionate, intuitive energy, a lot of love. Scorpios, this minor grand trine is going to be, something that you can manifest. It's all about manifesting, using your words, using all the tools that God has offered for you. Sagittarius, we have a heartbreak here. There's going to be a heartbreak, but this is something that's from your past, okay? Also, too, there's cloudy judgment. Let me pull here. We have the King of Swords. You need to know the truth. You need to do your research for the truth, and truth will set you free. Capricorns, we have the Judgment card here. There's a calling. There's an awakening happening for you with this grand trine. And Aquarius, we have disruption. That is the Tower card, and the Tower card is that there's going to be some type of disruption, and you have to let it go with the flow. Do not hold on tight. Release, let go, let God, and then everything will be positive. Far as Pisces, we have the King of Cups. Oh, this is divine timing for you guys. It's all positive for you guys. Let me make sure I did everyone. Okay, I did. Hopefully I did. All right. Yes, that's what we have. If you felt the video and it resonated with you, leave a comment down below. Experience with this shift. Tell me what you're experiencing for as this shift. I have some tools for you down below. Please look at them. I have a free newsletter. Of course, newsletters are free, but I do the weekly transits. I put them up. I also give you some bonuses. If you want to join my group, That would be great. If you really love astrology, love tarot, I go deeper. I do a lot of kitchen talk. I read a lot of celebrity charts. I even answer some of your personal questions as far as astrology and tarot. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.